Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the previous class, we have started the antiseptics and disinfectants. Under that, we have finished the classification of antiseptic and disinfectant. Under that, the classification includes the furan derivatives and phenol derivatives. These two we have finished, and then next we'll see about the oxidizing agents. Okay. Here, the oxidizing agent, these are also used as an antiseptic and disinfectants for the many microbial infections. So it may be in the bacteria, virus, or in the fungal infections. So here, the preparation and dose are the example for these and oxidizing agents. Those are potassium permanganate and hydrogen peroxide. Potassium permanganate, the dose of this potassium permanganate is 1:4,000 and 1:10,000 aqueous solution, means it is available in the form of aqueous solution, means liquid form. And hydrogen peroxide, it is available in the form, so 3 to 10%, means this is also available in the form of the aqueous solution, means prepared solutions. Here the mechanism of action of these hydrogen peroxide is, the mechanism of action of these oxidizing agents are destroys the antimicrobial cell membrane and proteins through oxidation. Okay, through the oxidation, these are going to destroy the antimicrobial cell membrane as well as the proteins. Then it leads to, it penetrates the bacterial cells and damages the vital parts. Okay, once the cell membrane and the protein is damaged, it penetrates the bacterial cells and damages the vital parts. Okay, and the bacterial cells ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿ it is going to damage the vital parts. The bacteria in vital parts ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, so obviously the bacteria or the virus, it may go for the death, means that is in a bactericidal effect. So here the indications of these oxidizing agents are, these are used as as you know, it is used as an antiseptics and also used for the wound care. Okay, and the wound and the superficial infections ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ deep wound infections ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, so here we can use this as to prevent the microorganisms or to clean the wound, ಅಂದ್ರೆ wound ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ we can use it. And foot soak, ಅಂದ್ರೆ foot soak, ಇವಾಗ foot infections ಅಥವಾ finger in between the finger ಏನಾದರೂ infections ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, because most probably it may be in the fungal infections, ಅಂದ್ರೆ fungal infections ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so wound foot soakage ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ointments ಅಥವಾ liquids ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ affect area ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ pour ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, so we can prevent the fungal infections. And oral hygiene, here the hydrogen peroxide or the potassium permanganate, it is also used for the oral hygiene, means it is used as a mouth cleaners. Okay, and next we'll see about the side effects. Here the side effects of these oxidizing agents are skin irritations, most probably because these are used for the wound infection in the superficial area. It may causes the skin infection, irritation of mucous membrane, systemic effects. And the systemic effect includes, that is nausea and vomiting, and if the prolonged use of these oxidizing agents may cause the toxicity. So next we'll see the precautions. Okay, before and after using or while using these oxidizing agents, you should take the certain precautions. Those are in dilution and dosage. Dilution and dosage, these should be taken. Dilution and dosage, this information you should taken from the healthcare professionalist. And avoid contact with a sensitive area. Okay, ಇವಾಗ ಐಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದಾ, ನೋಸ್, ಪದೇ ಏನಾದರೂ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪದೇ ಐಸ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೋದಾಯ್ತು, ನೋಸ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೋದು, ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಕಾಸಸ್ ದ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಅಂದರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. So and also it may leads to allergic reactions. Okay, those are anaphylactic reactions. Anaphylactic reactions ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಡ್ರಗ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. Sometimes it may causes the allergic reactions, and those are anaphylactic reactions, means the skin rashes or the inflammation of the skin. These are some of the anaphylactic reactions. So this is the brief introduction about the oxidizing agents, that is the potassium permanganate and hydrogen peroxide. The mechanism of action of these oxidizing agents, that is oxidizing agents, leads to destroys the antimicrobial cell membrane and the proteins through oxidations, and it can penetrate the bacterial cells and damages the vital parts. It leads to the cell death. So indications in which conditions you should use the oxidizing agents, that is an antiseptic, we used as an antiseptics, wound care, food soaks, and oral hygiene. And also the side effects of these agents are skin irritation, irritation of the mucous membrane, systemic effect, nausea and vomiting, and also it may lead to toxicity. Sometimes it is going to produce the poisons. And precautions, dilution, and you should take the information regarding the dilution and dosage, avoid the contact within a sensitive area, and allergic reactions. Next we'll study about the halogen derivatives. Those are iodine, iodophores, and chlorine and chlorophores. Okay, these are the halogen derivatives: iodine, iodophores, chlorine, and chlorophores. Here the iodine, it is present in three forms, that is in a tincture iodine, povidone iodine, and betadine. Here the tincture iodine, it is available in a 2% solutions, povidone iodine 1 to 10% solution, and betadine is 5% solution. It is present in the liquid form, 5% ointment form, 5% cream, and in a 7.5% in a scrub solution. Scrub solutions ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಸ್ಕ್ರಬ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, OT nurse ಅಥವಾ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ಜನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಕ್ರಬ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ್ ದನ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದ 7.5% ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಕ್ರಬ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ betadine solution. And next we'll see the indications of iodine. Mainly it is used for the wound care. As you know, the iodine, it is used for the wound care, topical users, and operation site clean ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, and painting ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. And next is mucosal antiseptics. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಬೆಟಾಡಿನ್ ಗಾರ್ಗಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಾರ್ಗಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಥ್ರೋಟ್ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು 5 ml ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಟ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಲ್ಯೂಕ್ವರ್ಮ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗಾರ್ಗಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ mucosal antiseptics. Means these antiseptics are used to prevent the mucosal infections which are present in the throat, okay, mouth and throat infections. And next the indications of are the use of the chlorine is, it is used as a surface disinfectant. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ wounds, ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಟ್ wounds ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ wounds ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರನು ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. So here we can use the chlorine. And next is indications of iodophores. It is used for the management of the burn cases alli iodophores na use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Healing of the ulcers, treatment of the fungal infections, surgical scrubbing, disinfection of the endoscopic instruments. Okay, after the endoscopy procedure, endoscopy ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ iodophores ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So these are the indications of the iodine, chlorine, and iodophores. So next the mechanism of action is same like the other antiseptics and disinfectants. So next we'll see about the side effects. Here when you are using this in a prolonged period of the time, or when after the administrations or after using of these chemical agents, it may causes the irritations and allergic reactions, and chemical burn. Sometimes it may causes the burns, okay, chemical burns and toxicity. If you are using the prolonged period of the iodine, iodophores, and the chlorine, it will leads to the toxicity, means it is going to release the poisons. And next staining. ಇವಾಗ ಬೆಟಾಡಿನ್ ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು ನೀವು. ಬೆಟಾಡಿನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಏನು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಬೆಟಾಡಿನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಟ್ಟೆನು ಸ್ಟೇನ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಲೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸ್ಟೇನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ effects on the thyroid glands. If you are using the prolonged period of the iodine, it may causes hyperthyroidism, means it is going to affect on the thyroid glands. Next we'll see about the biguanides. Okay, example for the biguanide is chlorhexidine. It is available in the 0.1 to 5% solutions. And indications, it is also used for the oral hygiene, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೌತ್ ವಾಶ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಮೌತ್ ವಾಶ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿತ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಹೆಕ್ಸಿಡಿನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೌತ್ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮೌತ್ ಅಲ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೌತ್ ಕ್ಲೀನರ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ composed of chlorhexidine. So here it is used for the oral hygiene, skin antiseptic, catheter therapy. Catheter therapy ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ indwelling catheters ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. indwelling catheters ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ so you should clean this indwelling catheter with a chlorhexidine because to prevent the urinary tract infections. Okay, to prevent the urinary tract infections or the catheter associated infections, and also it is used for the hand hygiene, that is in hand washing or in a hand scrub. And next is Cetrimide. Cetrimide, it is the preparation and the dose of this is, it is Cetalon concentrator, means it is available in the 4 forms, that is in a Cetalon concentrator and in a Savlon liquid antiseptic and in a Savlon Cetalonex cream as well as the Savlon hospital concentrator. Okay, here the Cetalon concentrator, it is composed of Cetrimide 20% of the solution. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ Cetrimide 20% of the solution and Savlon liquid antiseptic. Savlon liquid antiseptic ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, it is composed of the chlorhexidine gluconate 1.5% plus Cetrimide 3% solution. ಅಂದರೆ Savlon liquid solution ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ chlorhexidine gluconate 1.5% and Cetrimide 3% solution. And next is Savlon Cetalonex cream. It composed of the chlorhexidine hydrochloride 0.1% plus Cetrimide 0.5% cream. Okay, Savlon Cetalonex cream. And next the Savlon hospital concentrator. Andre common ಆಗಿ hospital ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನು Savlon ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, so it is composed of the chlorhexidine gluconate 7.5% plus Cetrimide 15% ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. And next we'll see the soaps. Okay, usually the soaps, it is used for the personal hygiene, medical settings also they are used for the hand washing and hand rubbing, the cleaning of the hands and the skin disinfectant, and also it is used for the skin disinfectant indications. And next we'll see the alcohol. Alcohol, it is the composition of alcohol is an ethanol, the 70 to 90%, means the ethanol contains the 70 to 90% of the alcohol. And indications, alcohol ಅನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, not only to drink. Okay, here the indications of alcohol is in a hand sanitizers, skin disinfection and surface disinfectants. Okay, hand sanitizer or hand sanitize ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, so that is made up of with an alcohol. It is composed of alcohol and skin disinfection and surface disinfection. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಯ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ OT ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು OT ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ನೀವು ಡಿಸ್ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, those are made up of with an alcohol. Here the precautions while using the alcoholic solutions, here the precautions are do not ingest. Okay, these medical alcohols you should not ingest. Okay, means ಇದನ್ನ ಕುಡಿಬಾರದು. And do not use for the open wounds. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಓಪನ್ wounds ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ woundಗೆ alcohol ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, because again it may causes the chemical burns. And avoid the eye contact, it may causes the eye burning and ventilations. ಅಂದ್ರೆ alcohol contented ಏನು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ವೆಲ್ ವೆಂಟಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ವೈ ಟು ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ದ ಎವಾಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಚ್ಚಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು, ಇವಾಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲೇಬಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಎನ್ ವಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ನ್ ಹಜಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಕಂಟೈನರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ನ್ ಹಜಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಲೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ the mechanism of action for all the antiseptic and disinfectant will be in the same, and the contraindications also will be the same, like it should not be used for the hypersensitive patients and pregnant and lactating mothers, and it is avoided for the completely avoiding for the children. Okay, these are the in brief introductions about Biguanides and soaps, Biguanides, quaternary ammonium, soaps and alcohol.